Dexter is a black Terrier tank engine. He looked smaller than the other engines. Dexter may not be as strong as the other engines, but at least he tried his hardest. One morning, Dexter was pulling some freight cars of milk. He puffed across the South Roman Railway and up the hill. The hill was very steep, but Dexter knew it was a long climb and just had to keep puffing. Just then, Bethany arrived at the bottom of the hill. But today, the express was heavy, and Bethany had to wait for Maxi to help. Bother! Soon Maxi puffed to the rescue. He buffered up behind Bethany. Maxi pushed, and Bethany pulled. At last, the express train started to move. Dexter had finally reached the top of the hill when Bethany puffed past. Good morning, Dexter. You're delivering the milk, I see. Yes, I am, Bethany. I'm taking them to the ice cream factory for the workers to make more ice cream mixed in with milk all together. Oh, that's good. Good for you. I hope the milk doesn't get spoiled by the time you get there. Don't worry, I won't let it happen. Hello, Dexter. Hello, Maxi. I've never seen Maxi giving Bethany a push on the hill before. It reminds me of how I've once become a banker with heavy trains. I haven't done that in a long time since I've got my own branch line. It would be nice to try to be a really useful banker for everyone for a change. That night, Miss Lindsay came to see Dexter. Maxi is needed at the docks to help Ashley. You are to work in the shunting yard in this place. Yes, Miss Lindsay. But do you know who will be looking after my branch line? Joanne will be looking after your branch line. She didn't have any other work to do tomorrow, so she'll look after your coaches Inty and Dolly in the meantime. Thank you, ma'am. You know, Maxi, since I've seen you pushing Bethany up the hill earlier, it reminds me of how I used to be a banker helping trains up on the hill once. Really? I didn't know you were the banker to help engines too. So wait, how come you wanted to be the banker to help us go over hills, Dexter? Yeah, I mean, you're not strong enough to give either of us a push up there. Actually, I was the banker to give other engines a push on the hill when you guys weren't here yet. It was back then I was given the job by Miss Lindsay. She knows that sometimes I was really useful enough to be a banker on the steepy hills, like how I've done it back at my heritage home. It's true. I'm not sure if you can, Dexter. It was hard work for you to work a try or something. Don't worry, I'll soon show you what I can do. The next morning, Dexter went to the shunting yards in Maxi's place. He can see there are lots of freight cars to work with. Good morning, Maxwell. Would you like to lend a hand? Absolutely, Dexter. I've been trying to show the freight cars who's boss, but I can't seem to get them to behave. I'm very sorry if it starts to bother you. No worries. I'll help you sort them out. Meanwhile, Joanne puffed to work on Dexter's branch line with Indy and Dolly. It was great fun delivering passengers through the beautiful countryside. Joanne already knew Dexter and Bethany, and soon made friends with Tanner, Lisa, Bessie, and Clyde. Dexter soon shunted coal cars for Chelsea, and the heavy goods cars for Deborah. He even shunted fruit and vegetable cars for Daphne. There, that should do. Well, Dexter, looks like you certainly have done splendidly so far. Thank you for helping me. Anytime, Maxwell. Just then, Bethany puffed past. She was pulling the express with lots of coaches. Dexter watched as Bethany puffed towards the hill. Bethany puffed with all her might, but once again, the express was too heavy, and Bethany was stuck. Bother! Not this again! Bethany's driver called the yard manager, and the yard manager came to see Dexter. You need to push Bethany to the top of the hill. She's stuck, and her coaches were very heavy. Yes, sir. I'll give her a helping hand as she needs it. I hope you had to be careful while you're at it, Dexter. The express is very, very heavy for only one engine to do the work alone. Don't worry, Maxwell. I've pushed heavy trains on the hill several times. I'm sure this one didn't seem so bad. When Bethany heard that Dexter was coming, she looked worried. Is Dexter coming to help me? I don't know if he will. He won't be able to push me up the hill with any strength inside. Hello, Bethany. I've come to help you. Dexter buffered up behind Bethany. Then he pushed with all his might. Bethany, however, didn't move. Are you sure you can do it, Dexter? I just hope you know what you're doing. Don't worry, Bethany. I've helped the other engines on this hill long before you guys arrived on the railway. Now, let's get you to the top. Dexter pushed harder and harder. Suddenly, Bethany's wheels started to move. Dexter kept pushing. His wheels spun and his axles ached. Bethany moved slowly up the hill. Joanne puffed past with Indy and Dolly, and when she saw Dexter pushing, she blew her whistle with excitement. You can do it, Dexter! Go on! Hooray for Dexter! Dexter huffed and puffed and chuffed. But at last, he pushed Bethany right to the top of the hill. Bethany was impressed. Now her express would run on time. Dexter was tired, but he was very proud. I did it! I've done it like I did before. That night, Miss Lindsay came to see Dexter. Today, you were a real useful engine indeed, Dexter, and I'm very proud of you. Thank you, Miss Lindsay. I love to be a banker ever since you gave me this important job. You've suddenly done it well indeed, Dexter. I saw you when I was passing by with your coaches. It looks like you've proven to us that you truly are a banker to help trains on the hill after all. Right after you helped me back there. I didn't realize you were so strong until now. I suppose it was wrong for us to think you're not strong enough. We hope you understand. It's alright, guys. You didn't know how I actually did earlier today. It's always good to know that it brings back memories that I'm good at being a banker. The other engine smiled. And even though Dexter was a smaller engine, he felt like a really useful banker after all.